All right, everybody. How are y'all doing today? I'm watching over here to make sure we're starting. And if we're fuzzy or not. All right, guys. We are actually going out on Facebook right now and on YouTube. So if it's fuzzy, let me know. I'm looking at it over here on my other computer, and it's not fuzzy, so I hope we're good. So I'll just go ahead and start saying hi to everybody. Heidi Clark. David Nancy. Hey, look. What am I wearing? Oh, wait. Camera always gets me backwards. There we go. I got a nice shirt from Crickwater Crappie Company. Thank y'all so much. And hold on. That was my mom. All right. JT's All Outdoors. How you doing, brother, man? We had a good time. We'll talk about that in a minute. Let's see. Sid Lewis, how you doing, sir? Michael Lawrence, how you doing? Greensboro, North Carolina. Man, I've been there, believe it or not. I was about, 35 years ago. But it was beautiful when I was there. Let's see. Jackson, Mississippi. Sid, I go through your area all the time. I say all the time, 3 or 4 times a year. So beautiful place. Let's see. Heidi Clark again. Man, y'all are having conversation with yourselves. I like that. See, wait. Oh, you're still eating crappie from the other day, JT says. That's cool. I know where you got them. No, I don't. I do. But anyway, Robert Johnson from South Arkansas. How you doing? Good to see you on here. I know we got some people. So I think some of you guys were on Ken's Alive a minute ago. And so you pretty much... hey, what's up, Jaden? How you doing? The Gaming Freak. I'll tell you about him in just a minute. Dimitri, how you doing, brother? So yeah, Ken's doing his live on Facebook and Instagram, I believe, right now. And so he will be here in a minute. So he's going to be our special guest tonight. Yeah, we're going to have a good time with him. I love Ken, dude. I love Ken. We went fishing. I'll tell y'all about that story later on here when he gets on here. But yeah, we had a great time out here. So Jaden, the Gaming Freak, is on here, and he's down here in Tyler, Texas. He's deployed with the National Guard from, I believe, is Wichita Falls, if I'm correct. And so he's down here with some of the stuff that's going on. I'm gonna not say what the name is because I always get kind of stuck on the end where I have to prove that I didn't say anything wrong when this thing is over. So I'm not going to say the word of it. But anyway, he's down here. He wants to go fishing. He's with the military National Guard and doesn't have a vehicle. So I'm going to go pick him up Thursday and we're going fishing. I'm going to take him crappie fishing and show him what to do. Show him what real fishing is like. Bass fishing? Nah. Crappie fishing is the way to go, baby. Let's see. And Dimitri, how you doing, brother, man? Hope you're doing good. Terry Landry, man, I'm surprised you're on here. Terry is right now in the middle of a tropical storm. That new boat he has may be being used this weekend. Although you're on the good side. You're on the left side, I believe. So you're on the east side of it, which means you won't get as much rain as anybody else. But I grew up in Lafayette. So I'm used to tropical storms. And I've been through a few hurricanes. And the eye goes over you or you get the left side of it, you're good. But as it's spinning, actually it's backwards on this one. As it's spinning from the right, going over, the right side is worse because it's coming off the Gulf and you get a lot more rain. So hopefully Terry's going to be good out here. Hopefully he will be. 903 Fishing, how you doing, brother? Yeah, man, definitely send me that email like I told you. And we'll try to get together and do a little fishing as well. You're right here in Tyler, so kind of give you an idea. I live back behind Lowe's and Best Buy. Give you an idea where I'm at. And but yeah, shoot me your number on email, and we'll catch up probably tomorrow by the time this is all over with. And we'll set a date and go fishing together. So Irene, how you doing? Irene is the most awesome woman I've ever met. She is funny. She can make you laugh at a funeral. She comes down here to Tyler from Louisiana just to fish for a day, of all things. So comes out to Lake Palestine and fishes and has a good time. So I met her out with Mark Standridge, one of the local guides here. Good guide if you ever need a guide. Mark Standridge is the man to go to. And yeah, he's he'll get you going. Hey guys, real quick, I got 17 people on right now, 20 people on. I got 2 likes, man. If you're having a good time, hit that thumbs up for me. Let YouTube know that we're having a good time here. Let's see. Major Brown, how you doing, buddy? I'm glad to see you on here. I hope you didn't leave Ken's thing for mine, but if you did, I thank you for it. Terry Landry says, we're good. Yes, we're on the west side of the storm. Good job, dude. I'm glad that my little brother, I think I told you that, my little brother lives right smack in Lafayette off of East Bayou Parkway. So, yeah, he's been kind of watching that as well. Dimitri got his wife a new vehicle last night. Time to get more serious about the boat. Cool. Dimitri, we got to go fishing together one day too. Let's see. Texas Crappie Assassins, how you doing, man? Cleaning slabs and watching you. Good stuff, man. That's awesome. It's awesome when you, man, I need to probably start keeping fish pretty soon. I got to feed about 100 people in December, so I need to get some slabs in the boat. Let's see. Travis, how you doing, brother? Man, I want you to remind me. You know what? I'm going to tell you right now. When I go through my story, I caught three or four fish on that top jig again this week. It was amazing. So I love that thing. I'm so glad you sent it to me. The Gaming Freak, man. Hey, dude, $5. Thank you so much. Excited for Thursday. Thanks for your super chat, brother. Everything we get on super chats, guys, you can leave us for as low as 99 cents, but everything we get goes back to this channel. Allows me to go fishing. Half of what we bring in here, guys, goes into my nonprofit organization that I take wounded warriors, combat injured. I hate the word wounded warriors. I take combat injured veterans, hunting, fishing, golfing, mud riding, work on suicide prevention, PTSD recovery. So half of what we bring in from this channel, whether it's you guys watching an ad, half of that goes to that organization, and the other half goes to me to continue doing this. So thank you so much. I appreciate that, Jaden, very much. William Pettifer, how you doing, sir? And I say, oh, I'm sorry. Hold on, let me back up. I missed a couple. Mike Hallmark, there we go. How you doing, buddy? Glad you're on here. And now Dimitri says, let's do it. Brother, I'm ready. You just tell me. I'm retired, man. You just tell me when you're good, and we'll make it easy. That's the way to do it. William, how you doing, brother? I'm glad you're on here. Let's see. Dimitri, he don't trophy fish. He grocery fishes. That's it. Michael Lawrence, Crickwater, just finished cleaning a few I kept yesterday. First time out with Live Scope. Yeah, buddy, I heard you got that. You sent me a deal. I'd love to hear your thoughts on what you think about Live Scope. So you guys are going to get to see my video. We'll talk about that in just a minute. Let me write something down here. Okay, so next week, you guys will get to see my video that I did this past weekend. We'll talk about that in a minute. But Fishing Ken, Hook City, in other words, Pops, and JT All Outdoors, we all went fishing together and had a great time. And there's something in there that, hold on, let me look what you said. Oh, Live Scope. Yeah. JT had never used Live Scope, so he had a very good take on it. So I kind of interested in your thing. Dimitri, buddy, thank you. Oh my gosh, thank you so much, sir. $49.99. I appreciate it. You love our vets. I love them too, man. And you love what I do, and I love you, brother. So thank you so much. Y'all never met Dimitri. Well, actually, I've never met Dimitri either, but I've met him on the phone, and he's got an awesome heart. He's a pastor, loves the Lord, and loves to fish and loves to hunt. Hey, if you don't like to hunt and fish, then there's something wrong with you. Just playing. Anyway, Dimitri, thank you so much, buddy. I appreciate it. So here, let me start highlighting these things. I'm sorry. Buck Chaser, hey, cooked ribs, chicken, and venison hamburgers today over Mesquite. Oh, you've been doing the pellet grill, I bet, or maybe just the regular cook. But yeah, I've been loving my pellet grill. I bet those are good, Buck Chaser. I bet they were good. Irene. Oh wait, I hit the wrong one. Irene. Everything I catch is for eating. There we go. Let's see. Man, these things y'all are slamming here, dude. This is awesome. Wire for crappie. What's everybody just came off the lake? You all gotta wait. Oh wait, on this weekend show. Best one yet. I'm gonna throw you for a loop. Be out tomorrow. Hey buddy, thanks for getting in here. I appreciate it, bud. I talked to him a while ago. He'd just been on the lake and was getting off. So, okay, Ronald. Hey, buddy, how you doing? I'm not even trying to pronounce that name. From Kansas, just had a crappie fry today for my grandson's 13th birthday. Tell him happy birthday from us. Grandpa supplied the crappie. That's the way to do it. That's a good grandpa, man. Dimitri, I got to highlight this because I love it. Hunting, fishing, love the Lord every day. There you go, buddy. Now everybody's saying, hey, Matt. So wire for crappie, Matt Zenas. Everybody's saying hi to you, buddy. Let's see. I've been maintenance all day on my pellet grill, Mike. Man, I'll tell you what, dude, I did shish kebabs today. I didn't film it. But I did shish kebabs today that were freaking amazing. I gave some away to my in-laws. Almost cried when I did, but I love my in-laws. So, yeah, anyway, they were good. I kept 2 for me for tomorrow. So, but anyway, yeah. Dimitri, got to jump off. Oh, hold on. Got to jump off, cut my mother's yard. Man, Dimitri, I appreciate you being on here, brother. Thank you so much. And enjoy your mowing. But thank you for being on here, brother. I appreciate it. Yeah, Ken will be on here in a minute. He's on his live right now. So when he gets off of there, he will be on here. But if you've been on Ken's live, they go on for a while. So he may not get here. But that's okay if he doesn't. So, all right, let's see. Texas Crappie Assassins, are you making the trip to the cat qualifier on the 20th? Man, I think I am. I have not done a lot of research on that. And I've got a trip that I'm trying to schedule in there. So I'm going to do my best to get there, though, because I need to be on that. So, yeah, that's my goal right now. Not 100% sure it's going to happen. But, yes, I want to do it. If I don't do it, it's not because I'm scared of something. You know what I mean? We'll leave it at that. It's just I can't fit everything in. But that's my plan. My wife and I, we celebrate our 2-year anniversary. Man, it seems like 10, but I don't mean that in a bad way. It's we've talked about it. She understands that it just seems like we've been together forever in a good way. And so we celebrate our 2nd anniversary July 4th. So we're going to take a little trip on the 1st through the 3rd. So I'll just give you an idea. We are going to Hot Springs, Arkansas, and we're going to have a good time. So got a house rented. I'm taking my boat, do a little fishing, hopefully make a little show out there. And yeah, it will be a good time. So anyway, so yeah, he says it's 3.5 hours for him, but I'm thinking about going, man, you know what? It's worth it, dude. If you go in, so you've already done one, and oh my gosh, I'll get to that next one here in a second. You've already done one, you got to do 2, which is the reason I want to go. But plus, I don't know if I have a chance, but I want to chase the Angler of the Year for the for Division II. And but if you go through 2 of them, it's an automatic entry into the state championship. So that's why I want to go there. I really like to do them all, but we'll see what happens. Let's see, Lake Life, how you doing, my friend? So here we go. Here's the loaded question. Matt, driving and chatting is hard. I'll start the questions off. Chris, what is your outlook on scents and nibbles? So the reason I'm laughing is because Matt and I had this conversation. If you were on that channel, I don't know if it was on his show or mine, but we talked about crappie nibbles, and he is not a believer in them. I, on the other hand, am. So I will sit there and fish, and I can't catch fish. They'll follow me around. As Ken says, they puppy dog. They just follow me up. You know, my jig's right in front, and they're just going to follow me up there. Put a crappie nibble on, they just hammer it. So, but yeah, so I like crappie nibbles. My wife calls them crappie snacks or fish snacks or something like that. But yes, I like them. I know Matt's partner likes them. Matt does not. So, you know, that's the way it is. You know, I think, in my opinion, you can be and I'm just speaking here. I don't know for sure. This is not scientific fact, but you could be very close to a color where they're thinking about biting it, and you throw a crappie nibble on there, and they're gonna like, yeah, what the heck? That's a steak. That's a ribeye. That's not just a flank steak. That's a ribeye. I'm gonna grab hold of that thing and eat it. So that's kind of where I'm at on this. But Mike Hallmark says he likes the slab slobber. Oops, hit it. There it is. He likes the slab slobber. Ooh, say that 10 times fast. But yeah, I've not used scent very often. I have used it a couple times. I don't see much difference in the scent, but I do with the crappie nibbles for some odd reason. So anyway, Matt, 2 hands on the wheel, buddy. 10 and 2. Come on, bro. Heidi Clark, I have a question. What made you become a crappie fisherman and not another variety of fish? That's a good question, Heidi, and I appreciate you for asking that. So, number one, I like to eat them. That's the biggest thing. I love eating crappie. But as a kid, I fished for crappie. My grandfather, we go out to Possum Kingdom Lake, and you know, we'd get up at 0 dark 30 and drive out to a location and sit there. And, you know, of course, if I'm not catching fish, as a kid, I'm wanting to do something else. And back then we didn't have video games. That was back in the 70s. And I don't know. I just really loved it. And I just figured, you know what, when I got my first boat, well, let me rephrase that. When I got my first bass boat, I started crappie fishing. I don't know a thing about bass fishing, and I do have bass lures. I don't know how to do it. I need to learn. I want to learn, but I will say I get tired of throwing constantly, reeling in, throwing in, or reeling in. I just enjoy the crappie fishing, and because I catch more fish in an hour of crappie fishing most of the time than I can bass fishing. So that's a good question, Heidi. I appreciate you asking that, because I've actually never thought about that, but that's the reason why. So yeah. So Texas Crappie Assassin says the same thing. Yep. When the bite's slow, they work. So yes, sir. I agree on that. Irene. God, Irene, I wish we can hear your voice right now, because you'd be so fun. I could probably call you and let you talk to everybody on speakerphone. You were fun. You know what, Irene? If you're good for like a 3-4 minute talk, you need to call me. Call me on my cell phone. I'll answer it and I'll put you on speakerphone. We'll have a little conversation. Irene is awesome. Just retired, so y'all wish her a happy retirement. And anyway, let's see. Terry Landry, question on jigs. Hair jigs, tube tied jigs, or soft plastic. You know what? Man, I've used bonehead mostly. I do my own I do tie my own jigs now, and I've had good success with those. 2 jigs seem to tear for me. They don't last as long. When I get to a plastic, hold on one second. Hey, Irene, hold on one second. Let me finish this question. I'll answer I'll talk to you. Okay. So the tube jigs tie. Okay. There she is. Tube jigs tear easy. Okay. Soft plastics are a lot better for me, but bonehead seems to be very stable. So, all right. Hey, I got Irene on the phone. Let's see if y'all can hear. Say hi, Irene. Irene, can you hear me? Uh-oh, did I lose her?
Hello, everybody.
Ah, there she is. Can y'all hear her?
Hello?
Oh, I hear you, Irene. Hey, tell me how much fun you've had at Lake Palestine lately. Irene, I'm talking to you right now. Can you hear me?
Oh, man. I had a hoot. It was fun.
She's fishing with Mark Stanridge. And did you bring a friend? Yeah, you brought a friend this last time, didn't you? I think she said yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I brought my best friend.
Okay. Hey, listen.
She at first didn't like it, but she had a hoot with me too.
Irene is so much fun. Hey, Irene, make sure you listen to me on the phone and not the computer, because the computer is delayed. Okay. So, but anyway, yeah. So she comes down here and fishes. Tell me what you said. You tell your husband you're going fishing, and
oh, okay.
Yeah. So you tell your husband you're going fishing. What happens? Do you remember that? There's a delay. Hold on.
He said, "I'm going. Bye."
He says bye. She drives 2 hours and yeah, comes out fishing and has a good time. So everybody can hear you on there. So they're all saying hi, Irene. I hear her. So hey, Irene, I'll call you later. Thanks so much for calling in. And man, I feel like I've got a podcast going now. This is kind of fun. There she is.
Okay. Bye, everybody.
Bye, Irene. All right. Oh, goodness. She is so much fun. I love her to death. So let me get back up here real quick. Mike Hallmark. Never asked you a question, but here it is. Crappie bigger in East Texas or Mid Texas or West Texas? You know what? I don't know the answer to that, but I will tell you that here during the summertime, I am catching, and you watch some of my old videos from last year. You know, I just started my channel back in June of last year. So, golly, you know what? It's been a year. I just thought about that. I need to find out what date I started it. But, yeah, it's been a year now. So if you look back at my videos from this time last year, I'm catching 2.5 pounders, 2.5, 2.6 pounders all day long. You look at some of the other lakes that you see, and you're not getting anything that big. I think in East Texas, for some odd reason, they are bigger than they are even in Central Texas. Now, you know, Ken's caught some big fish out there, but I don't know if it's a regular thing. But I know some of the big fish he's caught are on Lake Fork, and Lake Fork is 45 minutes from me. So, you know, yeah. Hope that is an answer to you. For you, I just don't fish a lot of lakes. I'm starting to. You know, I went out this week, and we're going to talk about it here in just a second. But I went out this. I'm kind of waiting for Ken to get back on, or get on. But we went out toward Waco and fished this past time, and we caught a lot of fish, but not Lake Palestine or Lake of the Pines type fish or Lake Fork. So hopefully that will kind of answer your question. All right. So Heidi says, happy retirement. Irene, Texas Crappie Assassin says the same thing. Terry Landry says the same thing. There we go. So Daryl Whitaker, how close are you to giving away the ACC rods? Buddy, I've done those already. I've delivered 2 of them personally, and I mailed one off, and he got it too. And I need to post that picture, but I'm gonna do another one. So it's not we're not all finished. So I'm probably gonna do another one here. We're at roughly 1740 people. I'll probably do another one at 2,000. So just trying to get some people up there, and yeah, hopefully you can get on that one. And it's a slim chance, but you know what? I actually gave away 3 instead of 2. I'm sorry, give me 1 second. Sorry, I gave away 3 rods this past time instead of 2. So I may give away a few more. You never know. Just kind of depends on what happens, and go from there. So yeah. So Daryl, I appreciate you asking the question. And got a text. Let me see if that's Ken. Give me 1 second. No. Here, I'll just show you the picture. This is from Mr. Texas Crappie Assassins. There we go. He's slaying them down there. Lake Conroe. Look at that. Good deal. So that's South Texas. So that kind of gives you an answer to that last question. But anyway, Daryl, I appreciate you asking that question, and thanks for being on here. So keep watching, because I'll probably do another one here very shortly. Give away some more rods, and go from there. So thank you so much, bud. I appreciate you being here. Simon, how you doing, man? Good evening. Chris Porter, how you doing, buddy? What is your profile picture of? Is a board? I can't see it that good. Good to have you on here, buddy. Mike Hallmark says, I'll fix you up when you get back to West Texas. Mike, tell me what lake you fish on. Oh, wait. I think I just saw it. Let's see. I'm going to go back up here in just a minute. He says, had a place on Cypress Springs. Was all giants. Huh. I got to figure out where Cypress Springs is. I've heard of that lake, but I don't know where it is. But yeah, dude, we'll set up a time, man, for sure. Email me. Here's my, let's see. Here we go. Here's my email address. So shoot me an email and let me know. Give me a phone number. I'll give you a shout, and we'll set something up, dude, because I go out that way quite often. So let's see. Daryl says, thank you. I appreciate it, bud. Heidi Clark. Simon says, hi, Heidi. And let's see. Chris Porter, Bible out every day, buddy. That's the way it needs to be, man. Thank you so much for saying that. Hey, guys, I'm not sure if Ken's going to get on here. So we've been on for 28 minutes. So let me just go ahead and I'm going to talk to you about last week. Last week was amazing. I cannot wait for y'all to see the video. And hopefully you watched the video from this past week that I just dropped on the tournament fishing. That was amazing. I thought I was going to lose it, and I dang won it. What do you think? If my big fish hadn't died, I would have. I think I don't remember exactly what it was, but I think I would have won the big fish contest, and I would have won the entire contest. But oh well, you know what? That's part of life, and I was happy to share it with somebody else that needed the money as well. So I was just happy to have a little extra when I left that day. So that was pretty cool. But yeah, so we went out to a lake, just kind of north of Waco area, Central Texas, and man, we had a good time. So I met JT All Outdoors, Justin out there, and because he's one that won the ACC crappie sticks, and I delivered his rod to him. We got that on video, just to let everybody know that it actually happened. Where's my? Well, yeah, and the other guy that I delivered to, he is on here as well. I got him on the if you go to the community tab, look, the community tab on here, you can see a picture of him, I believe. If not, I need to put it out there. And then the other guy that won was Jigging for Jake. He has a YouTube channel as well, so I had to send it to him, and he did get it, and he sent me a picture. So yeah, I just haven't put it up on YouTube yet. But anyway, so we did that, and man, we had a blast. It was a whole different type of fishing that I'm used to. The water was a lot clearer than I'm used to, and guys, we searched and we searched and we searched. I caught one fish that was about as big as my glasses. And we just kept getting nibbles, and that was it. And finally, we moved. I had Ken and his dad. They were in one spot. JT and I were in another spot. And finally, get a phone call, and they're catching fish. So we went over there with them. We found a spot, and we just couldn't quit catching fish. You know, they quit biting. We changed jig colors, and they started hammering it again. It was amazing. Yeah, we had a good time. I cannot wait for y'all to see that video. In fact, there was so much footage on that I'm making it a 2-part deal. So for the next 2 weeks, y'all will see those. It was amazing, guys. We had a blast. You know, we weren't, JT and I were not keeping fish that night. So, that day. So we were just having a fun catching. I don't care what size it was. I caught a big bass, a little bass somewhere in there that I wish I had a fish tank. I would have brought him home. But anyway, we had a blast, guys. We really did. So I cannot wait for y'all to see that video. Let's see. Heidi Clark said, saw the video. Congrats on the win. Thank you, ma'am. Releasing the grease, says Chris Porter. That's it. I transported them to Lake Crisco. Not those, I didn't. But normally that's what we do. Transport them to Lake Crisco. Mike Hallmark says, lakes north of your spot are talking about golden algae. Man, I've heard about that. Possum Kingdom has that golden algae. And they said there's crappie floating everywhere. Sad to hear, man, because they just drained that lake a few years ago. Drained it down pretty good, and yeah, it's they were just coming back, so it's sad to hear that. I hope it doesn't come down here. Just for me personally, I do everything I can to make sure I don't get that stuff on my boat. I need to do some research on exactly what I need to do to make sure it doesn't transfer to lakes, but power wash and everything else at the bottom of the boat, and yeah. Let's see. Mike, JT's all outdoors says, Mikey got too close for comfort here in Whitney. I'm assuming you're talking about the algae. Let's see. Okay, Travis, here's a good one. So Travis, you ought to look. I'm not sure how far you are exactly. I know where you are. I'm not sure how far you are from Dallas Fort Worth area, but Dallas is the home base for Texas Crappie Association. Is that right? Texas? That doesn't sound right. Hold on. Let me Google this for a minute. So I'm drawing a blank on this right now. No, I'm not finding it. Oh, Texas. I'm sorry. Crappie Anglers of Texas. There we go. CAT. Crappie Anglers of Texas. So research that and see how far you are from some of those things. And we've only had one tournament this year because obviously we missed. Let's see, we had one in February. We missed March, April, and May. So we missed 3 months of this. So really, it's just starting off. So there's a lot in the East Texas near Dallas area. And if that's not too far from you, it'd be kind of fun to do. But I bet you if you start looking around, Travis, there's going to be some tournament areas some tournaments in your area. So Yeah, I would encourage you to get on those, man. They are fun. It's not like fishing, where it's not like normal fishing where I get out there and like, yeah, that's fun, well, I guess I'm gonna go home. Man, you are down to the wire. If you watch my video, actually, I don't think I put it on there because I was getting frustrated. I was getting frustrated at the end because I had to find one more fish to beat my big fish. And oh my gosh, it's nothing like looking down and going, man, I got 28 minutes left. And then you gotta time it right because you gotta have your pole out. On this tournament it was 2:30, but weigh in was no later than 3. So I had to make sure I had my poles out. I had to have everything packed up and haul down the lake in order to get there in time to weigh my fish, which all have to be alive. They can't be dead. So man, it was yeah, it's stressful, but it's fun. It is so much fun because usually I go fishing. I get out there at daylight, and next thing I know, hold on. Next thing I know, we are, or next thing I know that it is. Shoot, hold on. Let me start that over. I was reading the text. I get out there at daylight and I fish. The next thing I know, it is time to pull up anchor and go to town. So it is just, yeah, it's pretty interesting. It's a whole different type of fishing. It's a stressful fishing, but it's so much fun. It's so much fun. Yeah, I hope it doesn't get down here either, Mike. Okay, Major Brown has a question. Let's see. Tell us how you approach your jig rotations when you can't get the fish to bite. Size, color, profile, weight. And don't say a nibble. Man, I'll put a nibble on there, buddy. Yeah, so it depends on the time of year. At this point in time, hold on one second. Let me see if I have one here. Give me one second. Well, I have one, but it's not the whole thing. So I'll give you an example. So this is what's left of a stump bug. All right. So normally there's a tail that goes out this far and one back here that goes this far. I'll pull them off. So during this time of year, I'm using a larger bait, and they don't seem to matter. I'm using a 1/8 ounce jig at this point in time because I want that thing going down. If I see a fish in transit, I want to get down there to it. And so I'm using a big jig. That's not been an issue with me at all. Some people say you got to use a really small jig head. I don't. I use a heavy one. I use a big one. I go to town with it. During the summer, when it gets hotter, I do this. So what this does, it decreases the bait from this long to this long. So I'm using a smaller jig, and I don't think I have a jig yet. Let me look. I don't have one here, but that's basically what I'm doing. So what I'll do is I've got some standard colors based on watercolor, and depending if it's stained, if it's clear, I'm going to use a different bait. But what I'm looking for is what they're going to bite. If they're not biting something bigger, I'm going to go smaller. Now, the other thing you can do, and this is a junk one, if you're using and I wish I had them, man, like the Bonehead Slim Stick, it has a long tail. I can pinch the end off. Now, one other thing I can do, don't laugh at me, but look at that. I just cut that piece off. I made it smaller. All right, so I can manipulate the bait size and color, obviously, by tearing off a piece. So that's really how I'm doing that. So hopefully that helps you out a little bit. Weight, man, when it gets into the point where I'm getting something that small, I just threw it in the trash can. When I get something that small, I will go with a lighter bait, but I use if y'all remember here, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna draw y'all a picture. Okay, terrible picture, but it gives you an idea. Okay, so This is my line up here. I put a heavy weight on top here. I've got about a usually a 1.5 to 2 foot leader. And then I have my jig. So if it gets to the point where they need to be really light, I'm going to use a very small jig head right here and a small bait. I'm still going to have a heavy weight up here. The reason is because it still gets me down low, gets me where I want to go. And if I see those fish moving, which usually during summertime I don't see them that much, but I want to get down to that fish, or I want to pitch it out in front of them and let it travel into them. And without a heavy weight, you're just not going to be able to do that fast. So that's what I'm trying to do. So hopefully, Travis, or Major Brown, that helps you out a little bit. If you have any other questions, please throw them out there. See, 903 Fishing said he watched the video. Congrats on win. Thank you, sir. And Mike is saying cat. I know I couldn't remember. Sorry. Irene sent me a picture. Let me look. Oh, here we go. Look at this. Here's Irene with all her. Look at those cat. Look at those fish. My gosh, she's slamming them. Mark knows how to put her on fish for sure. That's awesome. Good job, Irene. Okay, Travis says Southeast Oklahoma, DFW. Oh, really? Okay, that is pretty far from you. Yeah, I just take a look and see if you can find something close to you. That is a pretty good amount. Mike Hallmark says he's going to Tawakoni next. What's up, Angler Issues? How you doing? Glad to see you on here. Native Texan Outdoors. Hey, man, how you doing? Glad to have you on here tonight. Mike says, quit stressing over tournaments. Just another day of fishing. I agree. It is, until your big fish dies and you're left with 9 pounds. You're going, what the heck is going on? So, but yeah, you're right. I don't need to stress over it, but man, I wanted a place. I really did. So I've got a little friendly competition with one of my guys on here, Steve Epperson. I'll tell you that. Hold on. So Steve and I Steve's an awesome guy. I love him to death. But last time he kicked me out of the pay spot by like 0.2 of a pound or something. It was crazy. So I didn't get paid and he did. And so this time he came out fourth. I tied for first. So I was pretty dang excited about it. I even put that in the video, as you saw. But yeah, I love Steve to death. He's an awesome guy. And I just want to do my best. You know, that's kind of what I want to do, is get out there and I want to win. You know, I'm retired. I don't have much to go for anymore. So tournaments is it's kind of fun. But yeah, you need to get in there, Travis, and try to find something. I would just do a search and see what there are. I mean, you know, the thing is, they're usually $50 to $80, you know, to get in. And you know what? I'm going to spend that much in gas and food anyway, so why not? That's the way I look at it. Jay Treat, how you doing? Okay, wait. I'm gonna highlight this just for the fun of it. Yeah, I'm not a Marine, so I don't need crayons. I'm not like Matt. You don't know Matt, but Matt's been on here several times. Wire for Crappie. He's a Marine. He uses crayons. I don't need crayons, Jay. I do know Jay, guys, so he's a good friend of mine. Not sure what that means, Mike. Log out of group chat, click like, then hit group chat again in 2 seconds. Not sure. All right, look here. Everyone's saying, Irene, nice pictures. There you go. Well, you already saw it because there you are. Mike Reagan, how you doing, man? Congrats on the live. Hey, Mike Reagan, I talked to John today, and he was doing good. I actually called his wife, and he was awake. Morphine hadn't gotten him yet. So it started to, because yeah, he started talking about guns. So yeah, it was kind of funny. But he seems to be doing good, buddy. Yeah, Mike, man, send me that email, brother, and let me know when you're going to Tawakoni. I'll try to meet you up there. Oh my gosh, got another crayon eater here. Forgot about that. Old David Neal over here. Yeah. Just playing. Troy, man, how you doing, buddy? Thanks for being on here. I appreciate it. Thanks for the compliment there. And what I stand for, the next one up here. Thank you so much, sir. I really appreciate that. Hey, you know what that reminds me? If y'all have not seen, if you're not friends with me on Facebook, my Facebook, I'll just tell you, feel free to get on my personal page. It's Chris Sarge Gill. I'm the only Chris Sarge Gill out there on the web or on the Facebook that I know. But feel free to join me on there. But I'm doing a fundraiser right now, and I'm not going to try to share this now because I am going on Facebook and YouTube. And last time I did this, it got fuzzy. But please go there, take a look at it. I've got, or actually, you can go to Lone Star Warriors Outdoors. 4 words, Lone Star Warriors Outdoors. I'm doing a fundraiser right now with John Schlitt with John Schlitt Ministries. In fact, I'll try to put, when it's over, I'll put the link in the description here. But so John has been working on a lady's house and trying to rebuild it. She was a very successful businesswoman and got sick 2 or 3 years ago, and has the house has just fallen apart. And so he's been in there. So this is the guy. Let me back up. John Schlitt. He's the guy that's singing the opening to my credits. He was with the band, the Christian rock band called Petra, and awesome guy. We become friends over the last year and a half. When I was in Afghanistan, I wrote to them asking how I can buy some Christian music to send to Afghanistan. And they sent me every one of their CDs, and he wrote me this card that he personally wrote this card, which was amazing that he took the time to do it. And so anyway, we're working on a fundraiser for her house. He's been able to do everything with a crew, but now that things have happened the way they are, I'm not going to say why they are. You know what I'm talking about. Why the world has changed lately. He's not been able to do concerts, so his concerts are what funds the nonprofit, and so he's having to do things out of his own pocket, and so he needs $4,000 to finish the upstairs. Once the upstairs is finished, the lady can rent the place out, and then she can have an income now. So apparently she's lost her income. So that's what we're trying to do. Trying to raise $2,000. I have $3,000 on there because I like to go to 3, but I am personally matching out of my own pocket $2,000. So if we can get, there we go. We got somebody in here in a minute. I'll bring him in just a second, Ken. I see you. But if I can personally, or if we can get $2,000 on this fundraiser, we're at just over 1,000 now. I personally am going to match 2,000. That will give them 4,000 to make this project happen, to get this lady self-sufficient, and that's what we're trying to do. So, guys, if y'all would friend me on Facebook, if you friend me on my personal Facebook, I'll invite you to the link. If you go to Lone Star Warriors Outdoors, 4 words, then you can see the fundraiser out there, and hopefully we can make it happen. So, real quick, Angler Issues. Thank you, buddy. You come through every week, and I appreciate you with that super chat once again. Hold on, I'm gonna bring somebody else in here to say this.
Hey,
what happens with super chats, buddy? Just say it.
Well, listen. So the super chats, man. When you give to Sleep at the Reel, you can rest assured that your hard-earned money is going towards crappie fishing, keeping it informative and entertaining, guys. So thank you for what you gave to my man to Sleep at the Reel. I know it's at the right place.
That's almost correct. So thank you. I'm gonna turn this down a little bit. I'm getting a little feedback from you. But yeah, like I said earlier, guys, half of this is to my nonprofit organization going toward crappie fishing. So thank you, Ken. I appreciate it, brother.
Yes, sir.
let me catch up real quick, Ken, then we're going to talk. Let me see where I was. Michael Reagan said he's going to split the field next time. No, you're not. I'm going to beat you. That's all there is to it. Crickwater. So Crickwater Crappie Company, Ken, sent me this shirt.
Cool.
And let me show you all the back. Can you see it?
Yes, nice, man.
Okay. Anyway, he's talking about doing these in red and yellow. So, guys, check out Crickwater Crappie. I keep saying Crappie. Crickwater Crappie Company. And if you get a chance, check them out. And I think they're still selling shirts. But, yeah. Get in there and get them in. Ken, what's going on, brother, man?
Oh, same old thing, Chris. I'm actually out here sitting in the garage, man, because I got off of my live finally, and my baby wanted to come outside with her friends, so I'm sitting out here helping the other neighbors oversee the kids for a little bit. And I said, oh man, I forgot about my boy Chris. Let me hurry up and grab my laptop. So I'm out here sitting in the garage, checking them out and checking out what's going on over here to Sleep at the Real.
Well, brother, I appreciate you for joining in. Hey, I was talking just a while ago, man. Guys, I'll get back to your comments in a minute. Dimitri's back in the house. But I was telling a thing about what we went through the other day about our fishing trip. And we spent about 2 hours looking for fish. Didn't catch it. You did. You and your dad caught some.
Yeah.
JT and I, we didn't catch a thing. I caught one that's about as big as my glasses. And then when y'all moved, we started hammering them. You know, it was good. I wish I can tell you the lake, but I can't. But I'm just saying it's in Texas.
It's definitely in Texas.
But yeah, I had a blast with you guys, man. Definitely.
Yes, sir. Yeah, we had a good time out there, man. And man, it was only my second time at the lake. And one thing that's important when you get to these lakes, man, set aside time just to scan. You know, give yourself time just to get familiar with at least a section of the lake. And then every time you go, keep piecing more and more of it together before you know it, you'll have the lake. I mean, you'll never figure out a lake. I'm still learning my home lake to this day, but you'll have, you know, greater success with more options. So.
Yep. What did you find? Right when we were doing our first opening, you were scanning. You were scanning that lake. What did you find?
So go back down there, Boo. So when we when we first started scanning the lake, so I mean the lake is full of standing timber. That's the main thing. And of course with live scope, you shine brightest with trees and bridge columns. So we did a lot of scanning on that. But in the midst of those trees, there was some big brush piles, and these brush piles were loaded. And I've been telling people that this time of year, this post-spawn, these fish, they'll get into really big clumps, really big groups, schools, and they're hungry and ready to go. So
that's not what I was referring to.
Let me make sure I hear you. I got these kids, man. Talk to me. I'm sorry.
No, like right when we put in at the ramp.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You and your dad are driving around.
Listen, and I wasn't driving around. I was headed out. I was headed to go. Like I said, I was going to go to the bridge, and what we found was a truck. I wish I could tell you what kind of truck, but we found a truck on the way out. And did you ever see that truck, Chris?
I did. It's going to be on. I got a picture. I zoomed in on it. So
okay.
I'm going to throw it out there next week. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I mean, there's no doubt about it. It was a truck, guys. I'm kind of wondering if you call law enforcement on that just for fun of it.
It's funny. I thought the same exact thing. Like, I hope that's nothing that, you know, people have been looking for, you know, or God forbid there's somebody inside the truck, you know, because that kind of stuff happens, man. It's a little more common than what a lot of people think.
Yeah. I may call them tomorrow just to let them know. Let me look at the comments real quick while I'm looking. Okay. You got anything to say?
Me? No.
Yeah,
oh, no, man.
Spot,
say it again.
I'm putting you on the spot, man.
Do I have anything to say concerning? Listen, man. You know, Fishing King can talk now. This is my part-time job almost now. You know, so I mean, I got plenty to say. It's just I'd love to, you know, kind of look at some questions that maybe some of your folks have for me and you, or however that works out.
Hey guys, if y'all have not done yet so far, check out Hook City TV. I'm pretty sure everybody on here knows who Ken is, but if you don't, check out Hook City TV. It was Dimitri a while ago that he put on there, said, I don't trophy fish. I grow. He's got the rhyme. He is awesome. Let me just tell you, this guy right here is an amazing human being. Take a bullet for him.
Appreciate it, man.
You're awesome. Good Christian guy, and I love you.
Love
And
you,
that's this. I'll say this now. I don't know if I'm saying something wrong, but I'm going to say it. I don't care what color skin we have.
right on.
We're brothers.
Amen.
With everything going on nowadays, it's the person. That's what you got to worry about.
Yes, sir. It's always the person, man. Because I've met good and bad in everything. Believe me when I tell you. So I totally agree with that statement, man. Totally agree.
So, Irene, have you met Irene? She's on your channel, hadn't she? Irene Merrill?
Irene, man, I get so many names, and I'd hate to say no.
Where's my phone?
Well, listen, if she said he hauls, then I know she knows the channel. And listen, y'all hear that? Hey, Chris, did you hear that?
Hee-haw.
Hee-haw. You know I heard it. Listen, that's my thing, guys. We set out to catch donkeys. A lot of people have a lot of cool names for crappie, slabs and barn doors and, all these different things. But we've adopted the name donkey. And it's just something about it, man. The guys, the ladies and guys that watch really caught on to the hee-haw. So I ran with it, man.
Don't even find me that name. I can't steal that name. But hey, I want to show you the reason I brought Irene up. She said that, number one, but she comes up here and fishes. She's from Louisiana. She'll drive up here for a day and fish. And she went out with one of my friends, Mark. Look at those slabs.
Nice.
That's on Lake
Yeah, buddy.
Let me get up closer.
I can see him from back here. I know what a donkey look like now.
Okay. There you go.
That is it.
Those are some slabs. So she comes
now, was that Palestine?
Palestine.
Okay.
So we gotta get you out here.
I'm coming, man. I'm telling you, I'm coming. I got a lot of lakes that I need to visit. I have not always been a person that lakes. I was that guy. Lake Arlington is my home lake, and I got enough to learn there to not be trying to throw nothing else in my hat. But what I came to find out, and if there's anybody out there like that, because I fished a few more lakes, but not many more. And I can tell you, I'm sorry, y'all. Okay, I gotta check on them babies. I can tell you now that put yourself in different situations and scenarios, and it'll allow you to grow more than you'll grow if you're just sitting at one lake, because it can be hard to target fish and stay on those fish year round at one lake. But if you put yourself in a situation where you're in multiple lakes, multiple scenarios, man, it's going to help you become a better fisherman.
You're right. You're so right on that, because I'll give you an example. Lake Palestine water is so different than where we were the other day. Total difference. I looked at a lake. I'm like, wow, the water is totally different than this. So I had to totally revamp what I'm going to fish with,
Right.
But what it worked out was the stuff that I fished with at Palestine actually worked out there as well. So it was kind of cool.
Are you okay? Boy, she just wiped out on that scooter. Man, Chris, forgive me, brother. I told you I was going to be here tonight. No, I'm good.
Okay.
I'm good. Listen, my little girl. Are you okay, baby? Toughest little girl I know. She's.
Uh-oh. I think we lost it. Oh, we got you back. Say that again. I heard you say she's and you froze.
Okay, I said, oh, I hope my internet's not messing up too. I said she's 5 years old, and in her life, and crying all the time. Tough as nails, man. And I just have to watch her because she's a little wrecking ball. That's my baby. That's my baby. So I gotta be sure. Hey, is that light behind me? Is it messing everybody up? Do I need to try to
No,
move
as
a
long as
little
you
bit?
keep it down at the top of your head, we're good. Like right there.
Okay, I'll tell you what I do. I point at my truck a little bit, and that'll get me off of.
That's cool. Let me look at some of these.
There you go. Is that better?
Yeah, no, that's perfect. Yep. Let me
Okay.
look at some of these comments real quick. Oh, there we go. And all Buck Chaser says it'd be an all-star episode to have myself, Matt, and Ken on. Hey,
Right on.
forward, brother.
Right on. I'm all for it, man.
Yeah, we'll do it again. Remember we did that for my birthday. That was a good night.
Right. Yep. I'm all for it, man.
Oh, a long time ago, Dimitri said he's gone again. Good night, Dimitri. I missed that one. Sorry.
That dude.
Let's see. Mike Reagan asked, "Does Ken fish Lake Palestine?" The answer is no, not yet, but he will.
I'm working on it.
Where to fish is his question.
Man, listen, I really don't have a preference, man. I just like, oh my God, I just like fishing. I mean, I don't have a preference on the lakes, man. It's nice to stay close to home and find good fish. And we were only an hour away from my home, last time that me and you fished together, Chris. The first time we fished together, I was 3.5 hours away. And that was taxing, man. That was very, very taxing. So I just love fishing, period, man. Different lakes again, different scenarios. But Lake Fork is just the place to be, man. It's just Donkey Island. You can expect that if you catch a 10-inch crappie, it's going to be a thick 10-inch crappie. If you catch a 14-inch crappie, he's going to be a thick 14-inch crappie. So the fish are just girthy, man. They're big, they're mean, and now my personal best has came out of Lake Fork, my 284. So I got to go find a 3 now.
Well, I'll tell you what, next time you fork, you gotta let me know, brother, because I've got to learn fork again. So
listen, let's plan for the fall, man.
Okay.
I think that's a good time when those fish they're gonna put on the feed bag again. A lot of people know that in the fall they'll feed really heavy. They'll be really, really thick, and it can get crazy.
Definitely. Yeah. Hey, real quick, just to kind of show you, in case I don't know if you can see all the live chats, but basically what I was saying about skin color doesn't matter who you are. We got quite a few. Amen. So
All right.
Here's Irene when she went fishing in Palestine.
And Johnny, her hands up like a gun, and she said, "Stop before I kill you."
Okay, well, it's okay. Just know that y'all are playing.
What's up, fishing?
What's that?
Yeah, I was just saying hi to Cameron, but Irene said,
"Oh, she's running."
She said, "I said hee-haw every time I caught a fish."
Already, that's what I like. I want to hear those hee-haws from across the lake.
Irene, if Mark will let me, next time you come down here and go fishing with him, I'm going to jump in the boat and film it. Just for the fun. Because let me tell you, that lady can make you laugh at a funeral, dude. She is.
Oh man,
she is.
Listen, those are the kind of people I want to be around for sure.
Yeah, Mike, thank you so much for that compliment, brother. Two real guys for their faith.
Hey man.
Mike says Ken needs to go guide.
Oh, man. Listen, man, it has been my thought process, man. And like I always say, if that's what God has for me, I'm gonna walk through it, but he's gonna have to sure make it plain because I prayed really hard for the railroad job that I got. So I know to be a guide, you can't half step, man. You got to be on your A game, and it takes more than just showing up to a lake.
Yep.
Hey, can y'all hear me? Okay, are we good?
I can hear you fine. Hopefully, y'all are getting feedback through me. I'm not sure.
Okay.
But I hear you fine. If y'all can't hear him, if you know, y'all let us know in the comments. Okay. Mike Reagan asked a question. Says, does Ken have a favorite jig to use day in, day out? Water, but you have a favorite jig that you're going to use every time?
Every time, no matter the water, I'm going to grab. Here, it always changes. Here lately, I'm going to grab the blue by Constant Pursuit, which is blue and silver.
You kind of skip a minute. You're going to grab the what?
Blue Lightning, which is blue and silver.
Okay.
Constant Pursuit outfitted jig. That's what I've been grabbing a lot lately, man. I'm not afraid of the black and chartreuse for any color of water also. Matter of fact, the lake we fished last, I ended up using a black and chartreuse hand-tie jig and did really well with it.
Okay. That's interesting. You know, I was using mostly bonehead at that point, but I used the silver shad and caught fish. Then I quit biting. Then I went to the Palestine Special, caught fish. Then I quit biting. Then I went to Moon Dust.
Yep.
And that was on that one brush pile that we were on for 30 minutes. Mm-hmm. He was trying to farm me out and get rid of me. Remember? He wanted to jump in your boat. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, listen, sorry, Chris, but I understand why he wanted to get in the boat.
Well, he wasn't fishing your dad, not you.
Right. No, man. I tell you what, man. Back to you changing all those jigs. I used a lot of colors, but I landed again on that blue lightning. And then being that we were fishing a little clearer water, I ended up fishing. I think I told you all this too. The monkey milk. Monkey milk was a really good color. Used it till they tore up 4 or 5 of them, and then I just said, all right, I got to use a hand tie. I mean, because we were getting too many bites too fast, tearing up baits, So I went to the hand tie, and it was all over. Matter of fact, after y'all left, I stuck with the black and chartreuse hand tie, and it was just, man, we found 4 or 5 more brush piles, all of them loaded, all of them under 16 foot of water, and
dang,
man, it was crazy.
That's cool. Hey, real quick, I just got to say a big thank you to Tamika. Thank you so much for the super chat. So I know you came over from somebody else's channel. I don't know whose it was, but thank you for coming over. And thank you for the super chat. So as Ken says, everything we get here is going toward crappie fishing, except half of this is going to my nonprofit organization to help out veterans. So I appreciate your support, Tamika. Thank you so much.
Amen.
Let's jump back up here real quick. Gaming Freak, where'd he go? There he is. Do I need to bring my pole for bass? Hey, buddy, if you want to bring your pole, this is the guy I'm taking fish with him. So kind of give you a backstory on him. Somebody tagged me on a post he made. He's here in Tyler. He's in the National Guard covering the stuff that's happening now. I'm not going to say it, but the stuff that's happening now.
Y'all saw a snake?
No.
I'm sorry. Hold on. You saw? Okay, hold on. So this is what's going on. I'm just gonna go.
Real.
Okay, real quick. I'm just gonna show y'all what's going on here. Oh, there it is.
Girl.
Okay, we don't be.
Hey, how you doing?
All right, baby, go. Hey, stop. This is not my live. Bye. Hey, Chris, I'm gonna tell you what, man. I'm gonna try to catch one more question. I don't want to ruin your live, man. I get one more. I get one more with you, and then I'm gonna let y'all go.
Yeah, no problem. So the Gaming Freak, he was on your deal a minute ago. Going fishing with me this week, and so he's in the National Guard. He's deployed up here in Tyler, covering. I'm not gonna say the word what it is, but he's covering the stuff that's going on here.
Right.
And he's in Wichita Falls, so he doesn't have a vehicle, so I'm gonna take him fishing Thursday. Okay. So nice. That's about. Yeah, man. If you want to bring your bass pole, I don't know if we're gonna use it because I don't know where a bass is in that lake, but we may try to find one. But I can put you on crappie.
I was about to say, I think it's fair to say that you have everything the gaming freak would need. And I tell you what, man, when you go fishing with someone, if you will stick to the plan, believe me, I tell you, I know everybody likes to catch bass. They're fun to catch. You might even get one when you're crappie fishing. But I would bet. I'm just gonna tell you this. You know, you might like. How many people I've turned from bass fishermen to crappie fishermen once I get them a hold to some thumps. I know Chris can put you on some really good fish. Take your mind off bass, go catch those crappie, and believe me, if you're not satisfied with catching crappie, let me know. Let me know. But I'm gonna guarantee Chris is gonna get you on some good crappie, and you're not even gonna think about that bass rod. Believe me.
Well, go ahead and bring it, and I may transform it into one of the smaller ATCs out, and maybe he can teach me how to bass fish. So we'll figure it out. So all right, Ken. Hey, buddy, I appreciate you for being on here tonight. And we'll just guys, we keep the deals, but Ken, thank you, bud. I appreciate it, man. Love you, man. You take care.
Love you, brother. Have a good one, man.
You too, buddy. Bye.
Bye.
A big girl.
So, hey, I'm going to go ahead and finish these questions, and some of these are for Ken as well, and I apologize. But so, do either of you spend time studying or looking at lake maps? You know, Dave, I don't know if it's Dave or Nancy or both, but the question is, or the answer for me is not really. If I do anything, I'm going to look at. I just drew a blank on the name of it. Hold on, let me look. Dadgummit, I can't get to it. Oh my gosh. Google Earth. That's what it is. I'm gonna look at Google Earth, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna scroll back. If you've never been on Google Earth, you can look and scroll back by years. And if you know of a good year that has a drought, so I know for here in East Texas, it was 2006, 2005, and 2011. So as long as I can scroll back to those and see that, then I can see where stumps are. I can see where lake, I don't know, points are. I just don't. I haven't spent the time on the maps like I should. I probably should a little more, but that's kind of where I'm at right now. So I think Ken may be trying to come back on. I'm not sure. No, he's not. Okay. Okay, Terry Landry, love the channel. Watch you and your dad. So, man, I'm sorry I can't tell him that. I couldn't get that far down there, Terry. I'll apologize. So JT's All Outdoors says he does study net and avionics, and so that kind of gives you some information. The bridge, I know what you're doing. So yeah, you guys study those, and that's good to know. I'm not a fan. Well, I'm not a fan. I don't use them because I don't understand them enough to do it. Usually, I'm fishing with somebody, and it's very rare that I'm going to a new lake by myself. So I just kind of look at those maps. You know, I'm scared to show you this, but let me see if I can pull this up here. I'll just keep talking here for a minute while this is coming up. Here it is. It's up. So I'm going to do, give an example. Share my screen here. Oh, I'm blurry again. Dadgummit. Let's see if this. I'm watching the other. When I brought somebody else in, I was blurry. Okay, that looks a little bit clearer. So here's a good idea, a good example. So here's a spot that I know right in here is shallow anyway. So if I click up here on the time thing, I can go back here to there's 2009. Let me scroll to 2010. There's 2011. So you can see right here where we had our drought. So that's going to show me some good spots in there. It shows me boat houses. There's trees right there. There's stumps all through this line. If you can see them, get a little closer. So it shows me where the river channel is, where these stumps are. So this is the kind of stuff I'm fishing here, guys. There it goes out in there. So that's kind of what I'm looking at when I'm looking at stumps. And in fact, I've never looked at this, but oh, that's where those are. Yeah, there's a big line of stumps right off that boathouse. That's good to know. It looks pretty clear over there, just not there. But so anyway, that's what I'm looking at, guys. When I'm looking at a new lake, I'm going to find their drought times. Like right here, I know this is a big stump field. I just know it. It's hard to say that's 26 foot of water, but I can see a couple stumps that are right in here just because I know where they are. If I didn't know where they are, I wouldn't be able to find them, but you get into, this is what's called Flat Creek. So this bridge, you see where the old bridge is right there. That's where the old road was. And there is just a major thing of stumps there. There's an old bridge right there. And you can see all the stumps around there. When you go into, let me get up to this north part. That's 314. Let me find it. Oh, I went too far. It's Chandler. Okay, so this is, so give you an example. So guys, when I used to duck hunt, I duck hunted right off this point. So this is how bad it got. So let me scroll up here. So you can't tell there. That's water there. Let's go up here. You see, that's all water. This is how bad it was. So let me go back to 2011. Okay. So people were actually driving. This is the old road here. And people are actually driving down here. So this bridge, let me look forward here. Yeah, this bridge is usually underwater, just with the exception of just a tad bit of the side. This one you can actually stand on. It's out of the water, but you can see where the river channel is. So that's kind of what I'm looking at when I'm looking at maps. I know it's a lot of stuff to talk about, but I will tell you, this was an amazing year to fish because these things right here, these pockets, had fish in them. You can get out there and just catch the heck out of fish because they had nowhere to go and they were hungry. So that's kind of what I'm looking at. So hopefully that kind of helps you out a little bit. I know Navionics is a great thing. I just have not used it very much, so I'm not very familiar with it. Looks like we're clear again. Yay. Let's see. Hey, Mike Reagan, I can tell you what his PB is, 2.8 something. And let's see. Irene, if you don't have electronics, is the bridge, if she's talking about Lake Palestine where we fish, the bridge a good place for fish for crappie? It is. It is an awesome place to fish for crappie. Put my camera down a little bit. Yes, it's an awesome place to fish for crappie. You can actually stand under the bridge, get on that bank, and throw up to the first pylon and catch crappie there all day long. It's a great place to catch them. So let's see. Oh, Tamika, I don't know if you're still on here, but she's a vet as well. Thank you so much, Tamika, for your service. And if you're not on here, I'll tell you again next time I see you. Let's see. Mike said, I love both of y'all's channels. Thank you so much, Mike. I appreciate it. And Heidi Clark asked one more question. Do you just cruise real slow in a lake to find obstacles? Well, it depends on what lake I'm on. You'll see. let's hold on. Let me give me 1 second, Heidi. I'm going to show you something. Let's see if I can find this real quick. I'm going to give you a preview of next week's show. The answer is no. I don't usually cruise real slow. Oh, I do cruise slow, but Let's see. Hold on. I'm gonna try something here. I gotta find this thing. Give me 1 second. We'll leave this one in the water. I'm almost there. Okay, it's coming. Right there. All right, honey, if you're watching. Almost there. I'm sorry. I'll get Ken on the camera. Should be this one, this clip. Oh, that's it. Okay. So let me back up. I'm going to share my screen and my audio. Screen share. Okay. See if you can watch this right here. Okay. This is what happens. Well, let me get back over there. Oh, give it a second. I got too much running.
Right across like people come in and go.
Oh, let me do that again. Hold
Right across like people come in and go.
on. Stop.
Man, thank you
Yeah,
so
that's
much.
me hitting the
Thank you for
stump. A
taking
little
this long. We
preview for
love
next
that.
week. But yeah, no, what I do is I will look, like I said, I look at those maps, Heidi, and I will kind of figure out where I see the stumps, because I'm used to fishing stumps. I'm used to fishing brush piles. If there are no stumps on a lake, then I'm going to have to go find brush piles. And so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to look and see if it's a Corps of Engineer lake, if they've dropped stuff out there. I'm going to try to find these brush piles, but normally with stumps, I'm going to hit those stumps. I'm going to find out the depth of the water at that point, and that's where I'm going as well. So Tamika, she is still here. Thank you so much. Tamika, tell me what branch of service you were in. I should have asked you that a while ago. Oh, hold on.
Hey. Okay, look, I felt kind of bad just then, Chris, and I tell you what, I got the little girl in, and my wife has taken over that section, so I'm kind of back in my little space, and I'm able to just hang out with y'all for a little while, man.
All right. Well, I'm glad, dude. But don't feel bad.
No, I not in that way. I just, man, I don't want to. I told you I was gonna do something, and I'm gonna do it, and I enjoy doing it. So it definitely ain't a burden on me.
Well, I'm gonna go back here in just a second to a couple questions that were geared toward both of us. But my first thing is, Tamika, if anybody ever asks you that again, you need to say the only branch, not Army, the only branch. So, but thank you for your service, ma'am. I appreciate that. I was Army as well. My patrol cap, got it on. I wear it everywhere. The thing is so old, it's coming apart. Well, right there, it's coming apart, and I don't know what to do with it. But I've had to tie the back of it together, but I'm not getting rid of it. So yeah, thanks for your service, Tamika. I appreciate it. She said, "That's all right," or that's right. Whoa. All right, hey, let me back up here real quick because there were a couple things. So Mike Reagan asked what's your PB. I think it was 2.8 something.
284, correct. And I just did it. What was that? 2 months ago?
Yeah, I remember that.
Yep, 284. Yeah. I was knocking on the door 3, so we got something to work towards.
There you go. I think, and I'm not saying this to do whatever. I think I'm a 286.
Okay.
But right there, man, it was close. Mike Hallmark says if you become a guide, he's gonna be one of your first customers.
Already, listen, and I'm all for it. I'll remember that. Don't think I won't remember that one. Mike Hallmark, we appreciate the support, number one, and number two, I'll remember if I buy that guide's license, we're gonna have a good conversation and get you on the boat.
There you go. And Mike also says, let me find it. There he is. I like both of y'all's channels. So thank you, Mike. I appreciate it. And
thank you.
And then Heidi asked me, I'll let you answer this too. Chris, do you cruise real slow in the lake to find obstacles? And my answer was, and I showed him, I went over just a minute ago and showed him what I do with dadgummit. What's the name of that thing again? Google Earth. No, I have not used Navionics. I've not gotten used to that. I've not really done much with it, but I use Google Earth. I go back to drought years, and
Yes.
so I showed them a little bit on Lake Palestine of what I'm looking for, where you can see the river channel. So if I'm going to a lake in, especially the Texas area, and I know there's a drought, that's where I go to. What do you use?
So that's a really good thing to do, Google Earth, because it shows you real time exactly where stuff is. And I'm gonna tell you what, there's a lot of what the fishing community calls widow makers in lakes, and those are trees that are just out there by themselves, and you won't find those on the Navionics or anything like that, no any kind of mapping, unless somebody has came and made an edit and put it in there as a hazard. But there's a lot. I use Lake Tawakoni, for instance, where there are just trees just out by themselves, 20, 30-foot trees and 30-something foot of water. And if the water gets low enough, you'll see those marks where somebody has cut, their propeller has hit it and cut marks in the tops of those trees. So what I like to use is Navionics. It's a paid app that I use. It comes up in my phone as Boating HD. From Navionics, and what that does, you have to zoom in on it. And I think a lot of people don't realize that when they're looking at maps, when they're looking at contour lines, make sure you zoom in and out, because zooming in and out really tells the story. And on some of these lakes, especially your bigger ones, it'll actually mark the area as submerged trees or submerged timber. And that's one way that I do a quick look at kind of what I'm doing. And then too, like I said, Google Earth, if I know I'm totally out of my element, then I'll go to Google Earth and look at the drought years to find those widow makers and things like that.
Yeah. It's a good thing. I really need to get in there and play that. Hey, Ken, I'm getting a little reverb. I'm getting a little back noise from you. There we go.
Is that better?
Yeah, that's good.
I don't know if it was because I had my phone in my hand or because I had it a little high. But okay. As long as we got it fixed now.
Oh, yeah, we're good. Just guys, whatever you do, don't do it like JT All Outdoors does. He says he uses motors to find obstacles. So that's not the way to do it. But I did show him a preview of next week where I hit the stump. Do you remember that?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you can hear me. I'm like, stop. My engine cut off, and yeah.
Yep.
I found one. But anyway, let's see.
That's funny. What's going on, JT?
Heidi says that's a bad way to find them. Thank God for stainless props. You're right, except for the fact that. So, Mike, here's a thing. My probably second week of owning my boat, I'm leaving the Villages Marina. So I come out into the main part of the lake, and I see this bass that is, man, it's a huge bass, dude. I can't even fit it in here. I'm like, well, there we go, that big. I mean, just a big old bass. I'm like, are you kidding me? And he's kind of sitting there trying to float, and I'm going to catch that sucker. So I turned around. Well, I didn't realize, but there's rocks, big old rocks all in there, and my prop hit the rock. So I've got a ding the second week in my prop. Hadn't gotten it out yet, but it's not affecting me. But yeah. So stainless steel props don't do good rocks either, I'll tell you. So Heidi's son is in the Army too. That's awesome. Caleb Hensley says, Hook City TV.
What's going on, Caleb?
903 Fishing. He was on your channel a while ago. I saw that, and I went to his channel, sent him a message. He's right here in Tyler. So try to get together with him at some point.
That'd be really cool, man. I'm glad y'all met, man. That's gonna be cool.
I'm always looking for people around, to fish with. And
right.
Sid Lewis says, well, hey, Ken, and then watch both of you guys. Great job to both. Thank you, sir.
What's going on, Sid?
Mike Hallmark wants to get us both to West Texas.
Okay. What lake is he thinking?
But y'all share East Texas. Well, Ken Central Texas. I'm in East. But, yeah, you're right. Hey, Mike, I gave you my email address. It is right there. Email me. Give me a phone number. We'll make it happen, okay?
Right.
Everybody's saying hi, Ken. Heidi says they should make titanium props. Oh, then I'll put my shoot, what's the thing in there? I'm drawing a blank. The thing that in my shaft.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, guys, hey, look, I appreciate y'all being on here. And Ken, I'm glad you got back on, but we're going to close it. We've been on for an hour and a half. And,
nice. Okay.
It's getting late. I'm an old man, dude. I had to leave at 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock, whatever time I left to go fishing because I need to go home and take a nap. But we're going to cut it short. Yeah, we're going to cut it off. So I thank every one of you guys for being on here. Thanks so much for being a part of this channel. Thanks for being a part of Ken's channel as well.
Yes, thank you.
And to all the people in here, I know we have several in here. Drew blanking his name. Oh my gosh, my brother just joined in, Brad Gill. Brad. Which comes into exactly what I was saying. We got Terry on here, Terry Landry, and my brother that are suffering now. I don't want to say suffering because it's not that bad, but they're in the tropical depression right now. It's going over there. And so you guys be safe. Hey, Brad, Terry Landry has a boat, a brand new boat. So if you need to get in it, let me know and I'll call him and he'll come pick you up. He's in Youngsville. So, but you guys be safe. And Major Brown asked, did I forget to trim up? That's going back from my preview. No, brother, I was trimmed up. I don't know if you noticed it. You can see it in the video because it's kind of jumpy on here, but it lifted my entire boat up and then hit the prop and the motor shut off. Thank God for those motor shutoffs.
Yes.
Does yours have that as well, Ken?
Oh yeah, believe me, and I've hit some stuff that made it shut off. And if you don't know that that's a safety feature, it'll scare you thinking, man, I just really tore something up. But thank God I went to crank it again, and she cranked right back up. So that's a safety feature, and I'm glad they make them like that.
Oh, me too. I hit one when I first met you at Lake of the Pines, and they did that.
Yeah.
And that was the first time I hit a stump, and it scared the fire out of me.
Right.
Yeah. Hey, Brad, Terry Landry is right below you. He said, let me know. So, Terry, that's my brother, Brad. Brad, Terry. There we go.
Cyber meeting.
Irene says, this old lady has to get to bed. Irene, I appreciate you for being on here, lady. You're awesome. I can't wait for you to come back down here. We're going to hang out. And if you come back down here and Mark's busy, I will take you fishing. I won't charge you, but you can't stay away from Mark because then he'll think I'm taking his customers away. I'm not a guide. So, but I do it just to take you fishing and have a good time. Hey, here's a good question for you real quick. We're going to keep going for a little bit longer. What summer patterns you guys on? Depth, brush piles, or trees? You want to go first?
No, go ahead, Chris. I'll follow up if you don't mind.
Yeah, no, that's fine, dude. So for me, I'm still searching for these guys. They're not where they normally are in the summertime for some odd reason. I'm not quite sure why. Since the spawn's been over, they've been in transit, and I actually see on LiveScope, I see them traveling. Now, I will say I'm having a hard time on LiveScope telling the difference between a drum or a gaspagoo and a crappie. But they're moving. So, but normally at this point in time, what I am on, I'm in trees about 18, 20 foot deep, and I'm fishing the crappie at roughly anywhere from 8 foot down to 12 foot, roughly. That's what I'm seeing here in Lake Palestine. So I'm fishing on trees. I'm not fishing on brush piles. If I fish brush piles here on Lake Palestine, they are small crappie. They're like last year's hatch. The big girls are out on the trees. That's what I'm seeing right now. So, Ken, what are you seeing?
I've been all over the place here in the last couple of days or weeks. But as a pattern, post spawn, we're always looking for brush in that 8 to 15, 8 to 20 foot area. And it's full. And yes, it's full of a lot of small fish, But if you don't mind picking through those, fishing just a little bit deeper, actually going down into the brush, usually you'll find your bigger fish there. We're also fishing trees, and I think the pattern, man, we fished as shallow as 8 foot, and I think we pushed out to about 20 foot on trees, and a lot of that is going to be off points and in the mouths of coves, because again, those fish are transitioning from in those creeks out back into the main lake, and some of them have been out of the creek for a minute, but they're now posted up in the mouths of these coves. So that's what we're finding. And again, from 8 to 20 foot, which I know sounds really broad. I was just talking about that, but that's literally where you can find these fish right now. Chris, I'll say to you, with you having the trouble that you're having, I've noticed, man, as far as transitions, again, from spring into the summer pattern, once that full moon phase is over, those fish usually settle in about a week after that. So if I were you, I would just check, continue to look at those areas that you know them to be in, because I don't believe crappie just totally changed their minds. I think something happens to where they're either early or they're late, whether it's a cold front or a heat wave or whatever it is, a bunch of rain. But I believe you'll find those fish where you expect to find them because, what do we have right now? It actually looks really dark out here. But I know yesterday I was looking at a full moon. The same thing with the spawn. When the spawn comes in April, after that full moon phase, I can find crappie all over the place. In spawning areas. In the same way, we're in a new transition with a new moon, a new full moon phase, and I believe those crappie will be settling in to what you're used to within the next week or two.
Yep. Okay. Sounds good, man. Yeah, I'll definitely check that out. I mean, I'm staying where I'm at just because I know they're there. I'm like you said, I'm having to sort through the little ones.
Right.
And that's not normal. Normally, it's just big girls sitting there. And I've got a lot of small ones in there as well, but they will move out. But the brush piles are just full of babies.
Right.
I'm not caught on Lake Powassan. I'm not caught one legal crappie. If you watch that one where me and my wife went fishing, there may have been 1 or 2 legal ones in there, 10 inches, but that was it. They were just
not by much.
So yeah, so I'm pretty much sticking. Well, in my tournament, I was out in the river channel. That's where I fished. And,
okay.
So
you did an awesome job. Congratulations again on that win.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Don't ask me for any money because I don't have any left.
Right on. Right on.
Hey, Buck Chaser, I appreciate you for being on. Good night, buddy. Crickwater, he's heading out as well. Yeah, y'all make sure you go and check out Crickwater Crappie Company on their Facebook page, man. They make some great jigs. I've been fishing with some on the show, and they're doing some good stuff. They just started out not too long ago. So David is the husband, and Nancy's the wife. Nancy is making the jigs.
Nice.
And, if you look on Facebook, she is the one that's in the videos. She's actually fishing. David is running the boat and running the camera. So. But they are good people, good stuff. That's where this shirt came from. They sent it to me. So thank you so much. And they sent me a bunch of jigs to try. I've not been able to try them all just because watercolor doesn't allow me to try every one of them yet, but we're getting there. So thank you guys. And let's see. Heidi asked, are your live feeds every week? Or I think she's talking to you, Ken.
Okay. Well, Heidi is usually on every Thursday. So, yeah, well, just to reiterate, we are every Thursday night on YouTube at 8 o'clock. And now, guys, we're starting to transition and kind of just look at other platforms to continuously grow the show. We've looked at Instagram and now Facebook tonight, and that's at 6 o'clock on Sundays, which to, of course, not interfere with my man Chris and what he has going on. But I like to join in when I can too. So,
well, and again, one thing to think about is I'm on this StreamYard right now, so I'm actually streaming right now to Facebook and to YouTube.
Right. Yeah, I need to just come on with it and quit. You know, it always takes me a while to do right. Almost like that active captain. So I'm slow. I'm slow.
But yeah, so and Heidi, if that's not what you're asking, if you're asking about me, because at one point I talked about last week changing my lives up to during the summer to first and third or something like that. I'm not sure. I'm still going live every weekend, every Sunday. When that changes, I'll let you know. But I know there's a lot of people that are still out fishing at 8:45, so it's kind of hard to get on a live show when you're on the lake at 8. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, and then I got to post that because it's funny. I grew up there, Terry. I'm Cajun. I'll drop that boat in a cane field. There's cane fields everywhere. So I would believe that, except for the fact you just bought that boat. I don't think you're gonna put it in a cane field, brother. Brand new boat, but what, a week and a half old, I think. Let's see. William Pettiford, thanks so much for being on tonight. Gordon Melton, how you doing, brother? Good to see you. Never been on my show before, but I know who you are. And he's one of my friends from West Texas. If they have a lake, it's called a tank. Yeah, they can't put a boat in there.
Right.
Let's see. Mike Hallmark's saying, let's see, what is that? I'll figure out how to get y'all launched waters up to the road. Been floated since 2016. Test both your skills. Should be fun. That sounds good. Not sure exactly where you're talking about, but maybe Cedar Creek.
Not West Texas.
No, that's true. That's not West Texas.
That's East.
Yeah, that's right. I don't know. I think you said it earlier, but I don't remember. I apologize. I see some more in there. Let me go to M. Spencer here. I cleaned some crappie this week and still has some eggs. Thought they should be done with spawn. Okay, so I'm gonna give you my take, and Ken, you can jump in there as well. But so from what I've researched, the crappie do not release all their eggs. They're still 90% of the time they're still gonna. I'll say 90. A lot of times they're still gonna have eggs within them. So when you open those things up, you'll still see some eggs in there. I don't know if you saw them where they're just big like normal, or you just saw little small egg pockets in there. You saw small egg pockets in there. That's probably because that's just they put out everything they could, and that was what's left. Ken, what you got on that?
I don't know, man. I've read a lot of conflicting information on it, and I think there is no definite answer. If I go to my experiences, I can tell you I've caught spawning crappie into June, into the first week of June. Never really past the first week, but I've definitely caught it into the first week of June. And I believe that these crappie, we talked about it earlier, how sensitive crappie are and how they won't, spray those eggs for certain reasons and how they'll sit and wait for the right time. And that could be what's going on. At the same time, some of them might have just not spawned yet. Because again, I'm almost positive I can go out tomorrow and I can find dark males in June, It won't be a lot of them, but matter of fact, 2 weeks ago, no, week and a half ago, I caught spawning males under a dock, and you would have swore we were in the middle of April and it was, the end of May going into June.
I'm typing something here, but yeah, there we go. No, I agree with that. The thing is, like, I get them. I found some the other day in, I think it was about 19 foot of water, and there was an egg sac about that big in there.
Right.
Man, they spawn unless that's all they grew. I don't see them coming back out to big water, or I don't know. Maybe. I mean, you could be wrong. You could be right. But yeah, I don't know. You're right. I've read stuff on that as well. And unfortunately, I don't have the exact answer, but I know who would. If we had Matt on here, he would know the answer because he's the biologist.
Right.
But anyway, he's on Richland Chambers. So yeah, y'all may have spawned. Well, y'all probably spawned about the same time we did or earlier.
About the same time, yeah.
Okay, let me see. Hey, Texas Crappie, where are you? Texas Crappie Assassins. I just saw your stuff. I tried to comment, but it wouldn't let me for some reason. I'm on a different program, so. But thank you so much for sharing that deal. So I'll tell you real quick. We got 25 people on here. If you didn't hear it before, if you would go to my Facebook page, Chris Sarge Gill, or you can go to Lone Star Warriors Outdoors. That's 4 words. I'm doing a fundraiser right now for John Schlitt with John Schlitt Ministries. He was the lead singer of Petra. If you listen to the opening of my show, that's the guy that sings it. And he is rebuilding houses, doing stuff like that for people who are in need. And he's working right now for a lady who was very successful and got sick 2 or 3 years ago and pretty much lost everything. And her house got out of shape, and so now he's rebuilt the whole inside where he had a crew, but now he doesn't have a crew because he can't sing because everything's shut down. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to raise. I got $3,000 listed on there. I'm trying to raise $2,000, and then I personally am going to match $2,000. So we're going to get him a $4,000 check, which is what he thinks he needs to restore the upstairs apartment to where it can be rented out to give the lady some income. So
Nice.
you guys get a chance, and you can put $5 in, $10. Go to one of those 2 pages. You'll see it. If you go to my personal page, Chris Sarge Gill, once I accept you, I'll invite you. I'll send a link to the fundraiser, and if you can do it, if you can't, share it. I want to get this stuff out. I plan by the end of June to drive up to Nashville and get that lady going. Okay. So anyway, I appreciate it. Thanks for guys. Thank you so much. Oh, Matt is here. Matt is in the house. Oh, man. All right, Matt. I'm going to do this. Give me a second. So I'm gonna get the biologist to answer that question here. Might as well. You know, what else do we have to do tomorrow? We don't have to work, do we?
I'm thinking about calling in. Boy, I'm on the verge.
Hey, but if you need to go, you have at it, brother.
No, I don't need to go. I'm telling you, I'm on the verge of calling in. I don't want to go to work tomorrow. Yeah.
Give me a second here. Matt, I'm sending you on Facebook a link.
I'm actually good, man. It's just, number one, I got this bright light. Maybe I should turn that down so I don't look so tired. I'm not meaning to turn that down a little bit. I wanted to put just a little light on myself. Man, this is my face, honestly, y'all. This is just how ask Chris. This is just how I look, man. But no, I'm fine. Funny thing is, I'll probably be up to 1 o'clock.
I see about 6 people have tried to friend me on Facebook. I'll get that going here. I got 2 people say, "Ken, you look tired."
I know, man. No, I'm not. I'm good. I'm relaxed. Like I said, man, this is my little happy place out here on the porch. I sat out here to probably 11:30, 11:40 yesterday. Just on my phone and hanging out, by myself.
Hey, hold on 1 second. Hey, Matt.
What's up, man?
Hey, dude, I just sent you a link on Facebook. If you want to jump in.
Oh, snap. Well, I was watching you on my cell phone. I don't know if I can jump in on my cell phone or not.
I think you can. Are you on your cell phone, Ken?
No, I'm on my laptop.
He's on his laptop. Okay. You want to answer that question then?
Everybody say he's on the phone.
Yeah, I heard a little bit about that. I heard you guys. I was editing some video actually from today, and I heard you guys talking, and then I heard my name, and I thought, well, I guess I can throw in with you guys. I mean, you guys are well seasoned, so I don't know that I can add any more than you guys already answered, but I'll try.
Well, first of all, can y'all hear this? Can y'all hear him?
I can hear him really good.
Okay. So you're the biologist, dude. You're the one who knew how long it took eggs to hatch. So So the question is, I cleaned some crappie this week, and I still had some, and they still had some eggs. Thought they'd be done with the spawn by now. So what we were talking about was the fact that they don't all that there's several different things. Ken said some of them hadn't moved in yet, some haven't spawned. I've learned I've read that basically they don't get rid of all their eggs, so they still have some eggs in there. Because I mean, I'll find one about the big of my thumbnail. What's your take on this?
Sorry, 4-year-old. Yeah, you guys are right. But also, not every fish in the lake is going to spawn. So there will be some fish that actually will hold their eggs and actually, it's not regurgitate, but they'll reabsorb. They'll actually reabsorb their eggs.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of different reasons that happens. Okay, it could be that the fish moved up shallow and the cold front came in, and that pushed the fish back out, and those big females or female fish never ran back up to try to spawn again. So take East Tennessee, for instance. We have reservoirs which are managed by TVA, the Tennessee Valley Authority. They raise and lower the lakes. So let's say the fish ran up to spawn and they lowered the lake and it pushed them back out. Maybe those females are going to say, okay, I'm not trying again. And then it could be as simple as, a wave of females moved up, because what we know is that not all the fish will move up at the same time. And Ken kind of touched on that they'll spawn throughout the year, throughout the spring. If a wave of females moves up and there's not enough beds, if the males hadn't prepared enough beds for those females, they move up, she can't find a bed, she gets pushed back out. Eventually those fish are going to say, okay, I'm done trying. The water's not right. The pressure's not right. The moon phase isn't right. Temperature's not right. There's so many different things that play into that. But the end result is those fish will move back out. They'll reabsorb those eggs. As it moves on in the year, people are going to start catching fish with milky-looking eggs, with real off-white looking eggs, and they're going to say, well, what is this? This looks gross. That's the fish that's reabsorbing her eggs. So, they'll go from a real bright yellow to kind of a milky yellow to almost a white or a khaki color as they reabsorb those back into their body.
Good answer. That was much better than the ones that we gave.
No. Great. I've seen it for years. I've actually, it's kind of funny because when I started the club, it's been 8 years ago. I always used to see that too, and I always kind of wondered what it was. I thought, why is these eggs? Is this crappie sick? These eggs look gross, And to Ken's point, June, July. I mean, I've got spawning fish as late as June as well up here. So, they will spawn late, but and there's also those that you'll catch fish in July and August that still have those milky, nasty looking eggs in them, which they're just being reabsorbed. They're breaking back down and being absorbed in the body. So it's pretty neat.
Cool. All right, buddy. I appreciate you for calling in and calling into the Sarge's whatever show.
Main line.
Yeah, the main line. Yeah, let me pick up number 2 now. What's that?
We're just going to hit you from all angles tonight.
Oh, yeah, I know. I mean, these Marines, you never know. They can't figure out the video stuff. They have to use a phone line.
We're told you don't know where we'll pop up.
All right, brother, man. I appreciate you for calling and answering that question.
All right, I'm going to go back and watch you on my phone, hoorah.
Hua. Yeah. All right, buddy. Take care. Bye. All right. That's a 5-minute, 28-second question or answer. I love the guy. He can talk and he has good information. Like Major Brown said, biologist who doesn't believe in crappie nibbles. And I know you're joking, Brown. I hope you are. Anyway, but I joke about him all the time too because he didn't believe in crappie nibbles. So
And some lakes in Texas are breaking from those thought processes.
Oh my gosh! You know what? The other day when you and I were fishing, I had JT in a boat, and we were throwing nibbles out. Sometimes we forget, and we were catching them. But there's times when those fish they'll nose it, as you say, they'll puppy dog it.
Yep.
And you put a crappie nibble on there, they'll take a bite. So
nothing matters until it matters.
Yeah, Major Brown says, "I'm sorry, Matt. Love you like a brother." I knew you were joking. All right, guys. Hey, look, we're gonna call it. So, hour 55 minutes. My wife is probably inside wondering what the heck I'm doing. I just once again thank you to everybody that's been on here tonight. Thank you, Ken, for taking your time out. I know this is your family time, and taking your time to get on here tonight and help out with the show and make it fun. And thank you to every one of you guys who run here. Wait, I did want to say something. I saw somebody up here real quick. The David from Longview. Thanks for being on here. I've not seen you on here before, so I think it's your first time. So thanks for being on here from Longview, Texas, right down the road from me. And but everybody else, thank you so much for being on here tonight. We'll do it again next Sunday. It will be fun, guys. And for all of you who gave a super chat, thank you so much. It means a lot to me that y'all done that. And guys, and my brother down there, Brad Gill, says, "Great job, guys. I enjoyed it." Brad, thank you so much. That's the first time I'm here watching it. And anyway, Ken, I love you, brother.
Love you, man.
And we'll catch y'all. We'll catch you later. We'll catch all of y'all next week. So y'all have a good night. Sleep well and stay safe. Keep your lines wet.
Go.